Tonight is the night we are having a special screening of Mr. Jones, the film I wrote and produced, inspired by my grandfather, who was born and raised in Donbass, Ukraine, the region in the east that's been under an invasion, occupation by Russia since 2014, since this war first broke out in reaction to Ukraine's popular uprising that drove out the very Trumpian Kremlin puppet, Yanukovych. That's a lot of information right there. But to get backstory and everything I just said, watch Mr. Jones and watch the wonderful Netflix documentary Winter on Fire. Those are both two must watch films. And for now, tonight, Saturday, August 6th, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have a watch party of Mr. Jones blasted at the Russians. It's going to be on live stream for anybody anywhere in the world to watch. Look for that YouTube link where you could find the live stream, either watch it live or watch it some other time whenever you have time. It's going to be an interesting evening. If you're in Washington, D.C., then go to the Russian Embassy Press Office. It is officially called the Russian Embassy Press Office, but that's just another way of saying the Russian Propaganda Office. You can find that location at 1706 18th Street Northwest in Washington, D.C. I'm going to be joined tonight by Agnieszka Holland, the three-time Academy Award nominee who's given us wonderful films like the original The Secret Garden, Europa, Europa, and so many other gorgeous films. She moved mountains to make sure that we could make Mr. Jones. That story is very personal to Agnieszka. She grew up in Soviet-occupied Poland. Her parents were both journalists. Her father's official cause of death was suicide while under police interrogation. So she had a lot to say with Mr. Jones as much as I did. And she showed a lot of urgency in making sure this film got made and released. We are going to be speaking with Benjamin Wittes, who is organizing this fearless guerrilla action using a super powerful projector. And we're also going to be joined later in the evening by Olga Lautman, the co-host of the podcast Kremlin Files. And Olga has, of course, been on Gaslit Nation to talk about the Russian mafia state and all its useful idiots, and Coney and Brighton Beach and Brooklyn and the mafia's connection, and Trump and his dad, and that whole nefarious big time marriage between the Russian mafia in the East and the Russian mafia in the West, otherwise known as the Trump administration. So it's going to be a very big night. If you're not doing anything, come join us. We'll be chatting about this as the night goes on Twitter. And again, you don't need a Twitter account. You could just get the streaming link, which you could find on where it'll be linked to in the show notes. It'll be linked to it, when I publish this online. I'll be linking to it, or you can find it on my Twitter account or on the Patreon page for Gaslit Nation. That will, our latest post, will be publishing this there. So that's a very long-winded reminder for tonight's big event. I appreciate you listening, and we'll be back with our normal episode of Gaslit Nation this coming Tuesday. Thank you so very much.